What up? What up? What up? We are live. How are you? What's going on tonight? Good, good, good. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for being here, my brother. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Check something here. Get a shirt out. See what's going on. What's up, Tammy? The warrior. How we doing, brother? Good stuff last night, dude. You held your own. Very, very much proud of you, sir. Very proud of you. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Hope you're doing okay today. I know that stuff is rough sometimes. Been there, but done that. It ain't no fun, but good for you, bro. Good for you. I just hope I get some mods in here tonight, because absolutely, Tam May. Good shit. Good shit. Give me a moment here. Good. Good to hear, bro. Believe me, I know. I've been there, done that twice now, and it's a joke. A complete total brick wall. I said, yeah, we're all proud of you, brother. Yeah, we're all proud of you, brother. I agree, Strike. I agree. Welcome to anybody that's outside the chat there hanging out. Whoever you are, appreciate you. Thanks. Give it some time for everybody to jump in. I agree. I agree. What'd you guys do today? Did you guys have a good one today? I hope so. What's up, Sammy? Hey, Flower, welcome back, hun. Everybody has their opinions, Flower, about everybody else. I mean, I guess you could say everybody's entitled to their opinion. I guess I'm not a fan of Mike's. I don't care for him, um, based on things that I've dealt with. with him personally, and just the way he talks to people and the way he treats other people. That's my issue with him. So, like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's all. So be it. We don't need to get into no disagreements about it. It's not worth it. Believe me. Like I said, everybody's got their own opinions about different people, and everybody's entitled to that. I just think that Mike. Listen, this is the way I look at it because I've talked to him personally myself too. I think Mike has his beliefs, and I have my beliefs. We disagree on things. That's just what it is, and you can't change that. That's just how it's going to be. That's. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Flower. I disagree with a lot of different things, and I can't force that down anybody's throat. You cannot force your opinion down anybody's throat. That's the way it is. So that being said, I don't like the conversations I had with him. He wanted, and this is what I have my issues with Flower with him is, and I think that's kind of what Strike was trying to say. Hey, Rachel, good to see you, hun. Um, because he would say something and then he'd ask me a question and then I would go to answer it and he'd tell me to shut up. Okay, that's not how you talk to people. That's my issue, and that's what I said to him too. I said we only see what you guys show us. Okay, we don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. We don't know this. We don't know that. So you can't not expect us to understand or know everything. We see what you guys all show us. Period. So and again, I truly, honestly believe that. So hey, Star, welcome, hon. And I hope you're doing okay, Rachel. I'm sure work has been crazy. I get it. You know, and that's what they choose to show us too, guys. They don't obviously want to show us everything. That's their choice. Just like I don't show you guys everything going on in my life. I show you what I want to show you. Um, I mean I'll tell you about it, obviously, but like I said, I the point where people say that it's like talking to a brick wall. I get that to an extent because I tried that. My opinion is my opinion, and his opinion is his opinion. No matter what I say, if he doesn't agree with it, he's not going to agree with it. So that's where that wall thing comes into place. So it is what it is, and it's never going to change or be any different. That's just the way life is. So moving on. Did you guys all have a good day today? I understand, Rachel. I get it. Everybody needs a break sometimes. What's this fault? It says, guys, let this sink in. The trolls talk about Bridget hair always up. They purposely have Bridget put her hair up in vlogs. She actually does her hair. That's how they work. Okay. Oh, absolutely faulted. I understand that 100%. You. We are the fuel for their fires. If that's what he's trying to say. The more that we talk about certain things, or the more that we do certain things, or so on and so forth, they're going to continue to do their things because that's what pulls it. That's what makes it. I agree with that one too, T. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. It was hot today. I was outside most of the day. It was like 86 today. Thank God there was no humidity yet. That's one thing I do not look forward to come summertime. But yeah, it was hot out there. We were out putting out shepherd hooks and hanging up plants and doing this and looking for that, and it just lots of yard shit. I'm gonna be doing this shit all summer because my yard is so big. I got a stump I got to get rid of, and then I'm putting a in front of my house. We have an old stump that we want to get rid of, and there's going to be a hole there, so I'm putting in a either like a koi pond type scenario or some type of a well, a water uh, animated moving water well or something like that. We'll see. And then we got to put all these flowers in, mulching, blah 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 blah. Yippee ki! That's where the views come from, Star. That's true too, faulted. And again, remember, this is all some people have. This is real life to some people. It's a hobby to most of us, but to some people, it is real life. This is what they live for. This is what they have. They wake up to this. They go to bed to this. You know, and that's what draws the I got how can I put it? That's what draws the, the viewers to them, or that's that I'm saying this way wrong. I sound like an idiot here. That's what draws them to do what they do for the audience per se. So if that makes sense to you guys, I know I wasn't saying it right, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. It was a long day in the sun, so but yeah, it's gonna be what it is until it isn't anymore. You know, nobody's gonna change YouTube. Everybody's had their big ideas. Welcome, Belinda. How you doing tonight, hun? When I came on here, I had my own personal thing that I wanted. I wanted to build up a community that everybody was welcome into, except for Guest Mob, of course, where they could come and relax and just enjoy themselves and do what they want to do, and everybody can get along in multiple communities, right? Yeah, okay. Well, pipe dreams are pipe dreams, guys. You're never going to make everybody get along. You're never going to make everybody understand each other's opinions or sides of things. There's always going to be some kind of drama. Always going to be somebody out there or multiple somebodies out there that want to make that drama to get their views. There's those people that are there for the shock value of it. That this is going to do. Watch the reaction to this. So there's people that enjoy that. There's people that do not like that. There's people that just want to sit and talk or sit and watch somebody talk. I mean, there's so many different variations of things out here. So you're never going to be able to. It's never going to be the exact way that it was made to be, if that makes sense. So this is what I feel about it. Everybody has their opinion about YouTube. Everybody has their ideals for YouTube, or what YouTube should be, or should have been, or could have been. And again, we are all rooted from the AGP community. That's why we're all here on this end of YouTube, down on Troll Avenue, as they call it, or whatever you want to call it. And everybody has their ideals for what it should be, could be, or would be if it was a certain way. Okay, me, of course, was always Mister. God, it'd be great if, of course, if AGP was still around, and if Mike and Charlie and Tina and Doug and all could get along, and they could all start doing videos again and do it all together, and everybody get along and be happy, and we'll have this great entertainment scenario going on, and it's going to be an awesome thing. And then I wake up every time and realize that this is never going to be what we want it to be. So I agree with you, Star. That's the same way I feel. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I never have. You know, that's what has damaged YouTube over the years. You have certain people that live for the drama, that want to see the reactions from people, to see the trauma that those things can cause. Um, the excitement, the adrenaline, whatever you want to call it, that goes along with that. There's people that are all out for just that. Then there's the people that want to just calmly sit back quietly and watch everything go on without saying one word. And that's the thing, and I have a life outside of this too. I enjoy this. I enjoy hanging out with all you guys. I enjoy the camaraderie that you can have through this. The friendships that you build, the different people and the different personalities. Meshing together. Hey, Brandy, hun, welcome tonight. Um, you know, that's what I like about it. So let's see. What did I do? Find it funny. He thought he had Popper, then he showed you don't. Yeah, and Popper doesn't. That's the thing. None of us do, really. I mean, it's almost expected. Once you get into this side of things, if you fall into the drama communities, you're gonna expect it. It's just part of the. It goes right along with it. It's protocol almost. What is that little thing down there, Strike? I've never seen those before. That's a new one. Purple people eaters, something like that. How we doing tonight, Brandy? Did you have a good day? I hope. That's a good question though for everybody that's in here, and it will be in here. Like, what do you guys? Let me ask you guys this. I've been wanting to ask this actually. Exactly, Star. I agree with you on that one. That's pretty cool. I like that, Strike. Um, I wanted to ask this question before, and I never got the chance to. Oh, little one's fear. Good to hear, Brandy. Good to hear. Um, what do you guys want from YouTube personally? Like, what do you come on here for? Each one of you. Is it for the drama? Is it for the crazy bullshit that we go through all the time? Is it what are your expectations from YouTube, guys? You know, singularly, I really want to know singularly. I'm sorry, what each one of you guys, what your expectations and what your wants are out of YouTube. Okay, I don't know who T1214 is, but okay, so it's for the entertainment for Star, of course. I think that's the basis for everybody, honestly, some sort of entertainment. But there's so many different platform communities and whatnot to go through. I mean, it's a variable cornucopia of whatever you can imagine. If you can think of something and you type it into YouTube, you're going to find something entertainment and comedy and less clickbait, of course. See, these are all great answers too. And it's funny. I didn't have anything to do with YouTube. My kids that are adults, they were all over it back in the day, and I started because of them. That's how I found AGP. I think it's because you guys support me, and because yes, who you used to mod for. Okay, Ty. I knew you were changing your name. I just didn't know. Is this Tyler S or Tyler Money? I think it's Tyler S, right? Yeah, I remember seeing that happen to you that night too. Right. Okay, Star. And like I was saying anyway, my other kids got me involved in it because they would watch their gaming. They were gamers, and they would watch Tyler S. That's what I thought. Okay. They would watch their gaming videos and stuff on here and all that kind of shit, and I would catch it here and there as I'm walking by or whatever. And a couple of them would watch some other things, and I'd stop and stare for a little bit, and then I'd get linked into it and watching it and stuck on it, and then I start doing it myself, and then I one of them was watching AGP one time, and I'm like, um, and who we support you, right? Absolutely, and I do thank you guys all for that, Brandy. I really do. I've said it millions of times. I love you guys to death, but um, the, I can't remember which video it was that I saw of AGPs, but it was just like I sat there for a minute and I just couldn't move. And next thing I know, it was like 45 minutes to an hour later, and I'm still staring at this shit. And they're all like, "What are you doing in here?" I'm like, "What is this?" So then they showed me. So I go back to my own, my own TV, and I'm starting to scan. I'm like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" And then I started scanning through stuff, and I actually found McJuggernuggets video pop up. It was, I guess, it was a link to through Mike's stuff, and I got locked onto that Psycho series with McJuggernuggets, and I was like, "This is fucking crazy." And I really, Jesse's a genius in my opinion. I'm sorry, because it was so hard for me to differentiate which was what was real and what wasn't real. It was hard to tell. It was really good at it. And I went through that entire series with that, which took a long time. You know, and this is after back in '07. And that's what, again, to re-explain all that, when I had said that I've been following Charlie for 15 years, and they turned it into 17 and made a big flipping deal out of it, because that's when I thought I saw his first video was in '07. Okay, well, the first time he was in a AGP video, so, and I liked him. I just thought he was entertaining, comical, crazy. So I started watching everything I've seen from there. And of course, they took my words and twisted and turned and flipped them inside out, or whatever you want to do. I looked on break.com and saw a couple things of them there. And what I was trying to say that Steve took and twisted around was, I just put a couple things together. I was giving variations of different places I saw him, and they put it all together into one thing and made it sound stupid. So, I looked like an ass. That's the best thing. They're good at doing that. So, um, but I used to watch Charlie do the when he was eating all the hot shit. I think that was 17. You have to have everything pinpointed exact on here. Or you get ridiculed completely for it. So whatever. Um, so there was that, and then I watched shit. I remember watching Charlie with 35 different colors of hair, walking to Walmart for this, for that, for here. I remember watching Charlie do videos, and the years are hard to remember because it all kind of flows together. But I remember watching him. I think they had a hurricane down there. I can't remember where the hell he was. He was staying in an apartment complex, but he took a kayak and was like kayaking through the parking lot into the woods from all the flooding and shit they had down there. I was watching him then. I was watching him when he was staying at Flockavelli's. I was watching him. It's been a long ass time. So whether it's been 15 years, whether it's been 10 years, 8 years, 6 years, I don't know. It's been a long ass time. I just went back to the year that I remember seeing a video, and the date on it was 2007, that he was in a AGP video. That's the first video I remember seeing him on. Maybe the date on the video was wrong. I don't know. That's where the 15-year thing came from. So if it hasn't been 15 years, my fault. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not fucking perfect, but it's been a long ass time, and I've supported him and liked him through everything, all the bullshit. Okay, Florida, Carolina, Alabama, wherever the fuck he's lived, I've followed him and done the best I can to stick with him. Charlie Chill, Charlie Travels, all of the names that I've been. So I'm not trying to say I'm his best fucking friend. Not trying to say I'm his number one fan. I'm not any of that stuff. I'm just saying I've supported him for a long time. I'm not going to stop doing it now. Nobody's going to change my mind about things. The day that Charlie says, Dago, fuck you, I'm done with you, I don't want you around anymore. Okay. See you later, bro. That's it. You talking about when he was doing the kayaking thing? I remember, yeah, the one where he ate the Carolina Reaper and walked around Walmart drinking fucking milk all over. Yeah, I'm saying I've watched all that shit. He didn't really do a lot of stuff on break.com. Like I said, I was just giving examples of different scenarios and platforms that I've seen him involved in. That's all. So take it for what they want, run it into the ground. I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter to me. Exactly, Star. And that's what I've always done. I've always thought that Charlie got a raw deal. And I'm not saying that, I'm not making excuses for the mistakes he's made. I've called him out myself on it. Like, dude, that's fucked up. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have done that. He calls himself out. He owns it. He apologizes. He says, I did this. It's fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. That's what I respect about him. And I think that anybody that takes the time in their life to look at themselves and realize that they're a fucking mess and try to change it needs or deserves that support, which is why I've stuck with him like I have. If that makes sense. Somebody that's going to do what they do and live their life that way and continuously do it over and over and over again and make the same fucking mistakes over and over and over again doesn't deserve that kind of support because you can't help. If they're not helping themselves, why would I help you? You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to help yourself, why the fuck would I help you? He did want to help himself. Obviously, he didn't want to be that person anymore. He didn't want to live his life that way anymore. That deserves Mundo respect, in my opinion, to do what you've done. Whether he's worked a job for a year and a half or 5.5 years or 12 years, who cares? He's working a job. He's holding a job. He's doing his thing. He's taking care of his own shit. Everybody keeps throwing it out there. Well, he's living off Erica. He's doing this. He's doing it. No, he's not. They're doing it together, guys. Granted, that was her place when they met. They got it together. She was there. He moved in with her, but he takes care of. They each have their own vehicles. He pays bills. He helps her pay for that truck. She's helped him pay for the Jeep. He pays utility bills. She pays utility bills. He pays this. She pays that. I mean, they all pay for stuff. They both do. It's what it is. He doesn't live off of his fucking super chats. He doesn't live off his fucking YouTube money because he couldn't. He doesn't get that fucking much. What's up, Kyle? How you doing tonight, bro? Good to see you here. Exactly, Brandy. That's an awesome way to put that. I love that, Brandy. Charlie stands in his own truth. That is a good way to say that. And again, the fact that he owned up to his mistakes and apologized for them and actually meant it. He right, exactly, Star. Thank you. That's my point. You can tell me I'm stupid. You can tell me I'm a fucking idiot. I believe the lies. I this, I that. I so okay. So I do. Whatever you want to say. When my mind sees it as a different thing and my mind decides that it's not right to me, that's when I'll do it. That's when I'll walk away from it. You know what I mean? Right. Exactly. And as far as his daughter goes, that's his fucking business, guys. Who are we to make judgment on that? Nobody. Whatever he does in that scenario, that's between him, his daughter, and his ex, his daughter's mother. That has nothing to do with YouTube. No bearing on it. Regardless of what the situation is, none of us should care about it because I don't. I mean, I'd like to see him have a relationship with her if that's what he wants, but that's as far as it goes. That's exactly Ty. They work at the same place. I think she makes a little more than him because she's a supervisor, but he's been getting raises and so on and so forth. They pay together. They do things together. It's not just what he gets. He probably does have a little extra income because of the YouTube money and the super chats or whatever he gets. That's right, too, Ty. Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's why I have the support that I have for him and why I have continued to, because he has continued to show he's continued to go forward and not backwards, if that makes sense. If Charlie started drinking again and acting completely, like a jackass and doing this and doing that and saying the things that he said when he was drinking before and just being a complete dick and so on and so forth, that might change my mind. But he's not doing that. He's not falling into the, like last night, for instance, that whole thing. Hey, Pam, are you feeling better, hon? I hope. Um, the whole panel thing last night. He could have very easily went up there and said what he wanted to say and get all riled up and go back and forth with all these people, but he didn't. I respect that. And, we're supposed to, as Wolfpack, we're supposed to look down on him because he didn't go up there and stand up for himself. Why do you have to go up on a panel with five other people that dislike you and let them ridicule you and throw words back and forth to prove yourself? Explain that to me, somebody. I really want to understand that. Well, a little bit is better than none at all, Pam. So good to hear. That's exactly it, Star. He's living his life, not existing. He's doing things. They go places. They go camping. They go hiking. They go, adventuring. They go out to eat. They do this. They do that. They're together. They watch movies together. They do normal shit like everybody else in the world does. Again, for him, this is a hobby. He does take it very seriously because he's been through a lot of shit. I get that, and it's not going to change anything. That's never going to change. But he does have a normal life that he lives. Everybody did. Tyler, Mike, Isaac, Tina. I think this even said something about it. Flacco didn't really say much. And Flaccavelli, they were all up there. Yeah, it's a good video, Kyle. He's got a lot of good videos. He's got a lot of entertaining shit though. Whether it's his personality or the things that he does and the way he does it, it's just entertaining to me. When he was in AGP videos, I was entertained by it. His personality. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes it was because he was drunk. Um, Hold on a minute. Let me try to fix something here. Unfortunately, it was because he was drunk or drinking some of it, but that wasn't the majority of it. You know. Damn. Hold on a minute, guys. Get rid of this crap. There we go. Pop up things. I can't stand them. So, and it's never been non entertaining. When he was doing the Charlie Chill vlogs and stuff like that, it was entertaining to me. Uh, there's just it's always been entertaining to me. I'm sorry, and I cannot. Oh, here we go. Okay, so be it. Let me see here. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me see how many mods I have in here. Okay, Popper's in here. Good deal. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, bro. I got one, two. Well, I think it's that time, Brandy. You've earned it, sis. Pam. And hey, Heather. There's another one, too, that's earned it. Heather's got one. Brandy's got one. Okay. It's that. Well, type something in. There you go, Brandy. Yes, ma'am. Like I said, you've earned it. I think we should be good. And Popper's in here. He's pretty good. So, yes, ma'am. Exactly, Star. Exactly. Oh, that was what I was doing. That was another one, too. Where's she at? Star's in here every night. She's been through the crap, too. So, here we go. I think we're set now. But I do agree with you 100% on that one, Star. It was. And there were times that it wasn't entertaining in a lot of different ways, and there were times that it was uncomfortable. I'm sure for a lot of different people. I know it was for me. There were times that there was stuff that he said and did that I didn't like. But he knows that, and he's owned that. Nobody's perfect. There's things that I'm sure there's stuff on here, that I have said and done that you guys don't care for or don't like. But I don't know that if it's my first time doing it or if it's I'm still learning, guys. With this shit. Again, I've only been doing this since 4 months now. So I can't be considered a professional. Everybody has to learn one way or another. You learn what you do and you learn what not to do. Sometimes, unfortunately, the hard way, but it happens. So it is what it is, as I always say. AKA Joe. Yes, my name's Joe. Everybody knows that my name's Joe. You guys know my name's Joe. Joe. My name's Joe. I don't know why that's a big deal. Not a secret. Well, yeah, I did. Like I said, some of you guys have earned it. You guys are in here supporting me every night. And some of you guys have been through the shit too. You deserve it. And I appreciate you guys more than you guys know. So thank you. And thank you for what you guys do for me and will do for me. I got one, two, wait, one, two, three, four, five. So I got five of you in here. I should be okay. Yeah, I know, Ty. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've never hidden my name. It's right on that stupid banner with the Cash App shit. It's never been a secret. It's just I've said this before. Right. It when you get it on YouTube, you have a YouTube name or a handle or whatever you want to call it. So that's what you go by. I just never put my name on it because it's cooler to have a different name, I guess. Whatever. But like I've said before, I'm the same person when I'm on YouTube that I am when I'm at home. I'm no different. You guys get the same thing. I'm sorry that I'm not, spectacularly entertaining or this crazy freaking weirdo that does stupid shit or any of this, but it's whatever. Awesome shit, Belinda. That's good to know. See, anybody that can do that can do anything, and to do it without having a bypass done and stuff like that. Congrats to you, hon. That's hard shit. It's really hard. Good for you. Good for you. That's a big accomplishment. What did you? If I can ask, like, how did you do it? Like, I try. What's up, Jack? I try, Brandy. I'm trying to do things to make it better. But again, I'm still a baby with this. I'm learning slowly. I'm trying to figure out what you guys like, what you guys don't like. Yeah, I'm definitely not that, Tyler, and I never will be. This willpower. Was it just a diet, Belinda? Did you just stop eating certain things, or did you regulate your willpower? Is a big part of it. I know that, but you have to still not do certain things. I'm working on doing that myself again. I was on that diet that my wife was on. She lost 75 pounds, and it just didn't work for me. So now I'm going back to that again, where there's no carbs, no sugar, very little carbs, I should say, and no sugar at all. And that's my downfall is sugar. I like sweet shit. I love ice cream. I like cookies. I like donuts. I like all that kind of shit. You know. And again, I'm Italian, born and raised Italian in an Italian home, and raised on pastas and stuff like that. And I love pasta. I've had to cut that like almost completely the fuck out. Potatoes, I've cut that out. I love bread. That's been cut out. Um, I still drink pop, but I drink like Coke Zero and that kind of stuff. I don't drink anything with sugar in it. I drink coffee with no sugar in it. I drink uh, sweet tea that's unsweetened, and I drink no sugar, guys, no sugar. That's the way to be. I mean, I found out that gluten is a bitch. Very hard to stay on a diet. Luna Thorne, you have a question. What's up, Luna? Very little meat bread. See, the meat thing is part of the keto, like with that diet that my wife was on. Are you one of Charlie's biggest fans? I mean, I guess I don't know if I'm one of his biggest fans, but I'm a very big supporter of his. Yeah, soda is bad. Even the zeros are still bad for you. That carbonation and the shit that's in it is not good for you. So eventually, I'm going to quit drinking that altogether. I found that drinking a lot of water helps, um, and I really have to cut the sugars out completely because I noticed that if I eat something um, that has sugar in it, immediately I become tired and sluggish and just it's bad. Sugar's bad for you guys. It's really bad, especially when you get older. Tina sucks up to people when she needs money. Yeah, I've seen that, Jack. And do anything. I don't know how to answer that, Luna, because based on what he's told me, I want to believe what he has said to me. Um, in the way for him to come out blatantly and tell that story that he's told a couple of times, I believe that. Who would say that? Who would make a story up like that just to say for whatever fucking reason to humiliate yourself in front of all those people for no reason? Like if you would, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. So I believe that story that he's told. I believe both those stories that he's told. Yeah, Kyle, she has. That is agreed. Yeah, a lot of water is a good thing, Belinda. It really does help. But yes, Sammy, they are. What's up, Sammy? Good to see you. They are. They are. But the biggest part of it, Belinda, in my opinion, is like I said, eliminating gluten and sugar almost completely from your diet, and bringing your carb intake down to near nothing. If you're gonna meat is still good. You need that protein. That protein is what gets your metabolism kicked in and going. And this worked with my wife, guys. This whole keto thing, she stayed on it. It took her 1 year, and she lost 75 pounds like with no problem. So of course not, Luna. I would not. Regardless, I would say no. I'm not saying that whole scenario of the story that he told was right. He didn't say it was right, but they were kids. Things happen with kids. Other people have. I've heard other things in situations like that happening. But again, of course it's not right, and I would never do that. And he said the same scenario, and if it was a different place or time, that he wouldn't have done it if he had the chance to change it. So exactly, I'm glad you said that, Sammy, because that's a fact. I still don't. I don't get it. She looks for something to say about me. I don't care about what she does going on in her life. I don't wish anything bad on her or anybody else, but I just don't. I don't care. and she's still saying something about me constantly. That's what it is, Belinda. It really is. Do I think everyone lies? I don't think everyone does, Luna. I'm sure some people do, but not everyone. I get it. That's what I'm saying, Sammy. I made a comment on Charlie's community post on Twitter the other day for Mother's Day. He made a comment of something, and I put up there. I made a comment back, and then I threw in Happy Mother's Day to Tina and to Miss Sandy, which is Erica's mom. Tina is Charlie's mom, and for some reason, Tina D thought that I was talking to her and being like getting a dig on her or something. And it's like, what the fuck? You can't win from losing. Like, why would I even put? Why would I put anything directed at her on Charlie's page? That makes no damn sense. So it is what it is, and she's still. It's a joke, because I have a couple teeth missing that I'm waiting on getting a bridge put in for. It's funny to make fun of my fucking teeth, but I'm still not gonna stoop low like that. I've never once said anything derogatory about her leg. Never would. I don't like hearing people say that kind of shit because it's wrong. But she thinks that that's the way she's got to be. Let her be that way. I don't care. I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. Star. Yeah, I agree with that too, Kyle. That's right, Sammy. That's true too, Jack. And I think Luna said something about where'd that go? What do you hate about? I just don't like the um I don't like the way they handle things over there, Luna. Um and the way that they handle people and the way that they treat certain people and things like that. That's always been my bitch about that. I'm sure that they do have they're good points over there for themselves in within themselves. Okay. I just disagree with the way they do things. I don't like, certain things that have been said and done towards other people. I don't, as much as Tina talks shit about me, I supported Tina at one time because I didn't like the way that they treated her and the things that they said and did towards her son. I think Albert's a good kid. I think he's a great kid. I've heard some of the stuff he said. He's got wisdom, um, for his age, and I don't like the abuse that she's put up with from that guest mob. I didn't like the abuse that Charlie put up with from guest mob or anybody else on here that has had that, and that's what I didn't like about guest mob, Luna. I didn't have any personal issues with any of them personally. I don't know them, so I can't, Um, but as far as um, the internet goes, I just don't like that group as itself. That's all. Putting it as simple as I can. A lot of people have that opinion, Jack. They do. I agree with that too, Tyler. It's become a Charlie Haters Club on that side when it was Guest Mob that always attacked you. Yeah. Well, honestly, Sammy, I mean, being honest, it's always been a Charlie Haters Club over there. They just had other people that they hated against too. Um, he's a teenager, strike, and teenagers do that, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's what the parents allow. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I think he's a good kid, and I think he's got a good heart. Personally, that's me. So, my if I found out that Luna, then my opinion would change. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. If I found out, and I've said that before, if I found out that Charlie lied about everything that he's told us all, and made us believe completely different, then my opinion would completely fucking change, and I would no longer support him. I would no longer consider him to be a friend. I would no longer follow anything he had to say. That's the truth. So, thanks. Um, yeah, that does happen, Kyle. I mean, they've always said it's in, you know, retaliation, but a lot of times I've seen there hasn't been too much good reason for it. But yeah, Luna, I definitely would. It would change my outlook on a lot of things, and it would stop it dead in its tracks. I've said that before. If you prove me wrong, indifferent, if you can prove things, different than what I believe, then it's gonna change my mind, and that's okay if Luna is a guest mob. He or she. I'm sorry, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but if they're not being disrespectful or rude or ignorant to anybody in here, then they're, like I said before, anybody that comes in is welcome that way. Charlie admitted he lied to his pack about drinking. Then wouldn't he lie about anything? I don't think so, Luna. Honestly, I think that was a how can I put it? If you're an alcoholic, okay, and you make a mistake, it's a mistake, okay. He made a mistake, he slipped up, and then he fixed it immediately, and he got back on the wagon, I guess you call it, and he kept going forward. That's how I look at that. But then he also admitted it, though. He said, I lied about this, I didn't do that, and he owned up to it. So that's how I look at it in that sense. I understand, Luna. I respect that. I absolutely do. I absolutely understand and respect that 100%. Right, college. It's not. I looked it up. There's 0.5% alcohol. There's more alcohol in salad dressing than there is in that drink. So there's a lot of people that have lied about different things, guys. Um, it is what it is, and that's true too in a sense, Luna. Isaac has lied about multiple different things that have been proven. So again, it's hard to believe that side of things too. And again, Luna, I appreciate the way that you're going about this, and I respect you for doing it the way you are. I really do. If everybody else would do it like that, it wouldn't be a big fucking deal. I don't know if you've seen that comment, Luna, but by the way, welcome, Chris. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you. I'm sure too, Tyler. It happens. When I look at my numbers pop up and down, I can tell when they're in here and when they're not. So, as long as they don't come in here and start harassing people and disrespecting, anybody and just being ignorant, I don't care really. Steve's been in and out of here multiple times without being ignorant or saying anything, and that's why I said it doesn't bother me. If he comes in here and starts saying shit about people and harassing people and disrespecting people, that's when we block people. So they're all good points you guys are making tonight. You really are. And like these are the things right here, Luna. When you asked me what I didn't like about Guest Mob, these are the things, you know. And Isaac, when I talked to Isaac on that phone call that I had with him, the first one, I asked him. I said, "Why? Why do you do these things?" And at first he didn't answer. Okay, we went round and round and this and that. And then again, I said it at the end of the call. I said, "Why do you do these things?" And he said that he does these things to because people do it to him first. Now, honestly, be honest too, Brandy, please. You said Isaac did that to your son. What did you do to him that would provoke him to do that to you? And that's perfectly fine, Chris. That's absolutely the way I want it to go. Calm, relaxed. You can question each other, give each other answers without being disrespectful, and so on and so forth. Not a thing. Okay, see, that's the problem that I had with it was that there were people that didn't do anything that may have just been associated with other people or was a moderator for somebody or was in a community with certain people, and that's not a reason to go after somebody's family or them or anything. And where'd that other question go? Who is that? Tyler says, I wish Billings would come in here and say something. I want to ask him how his 1 2 did. Okay, and see, Steve would come in here in a second. If I told him to come on in, I know he would. He would come in here. He'd get on panel. He'd talk. Whatever. You know. I don't like the screaming and yelling bullshit, and it just that's not the way I like to do things. I told him privately and wanted to keep it private, but he couldn't do that because he didn't like the truth, so he had to stream about it, hoping I would come up. Right. There's that. And then have a good night, Kyle. Thanks for popping in, brother. Appreciate you. And Luna says, I understand what, and I agree with that. It is disgusting, Luna. He's even said it's disgusting, that he's ashamed of it, and it's embarrassing, and it's disgusting. It's something that happened when he was a young kid, and he absolutely regrets it, but he can't change it now. So the fact that the way I look at it is after he told the story, the fact that he came out boldly and told the story, embarrassed himself completely, and obviously is not that person now. Okay, and stated the regret that he has for the situation happening ever shows something. You have to say that at least. It shows something. If he would have denied the whole fucking thing, said, no, this never happened, that never happened, this never happened, it was never like that, and completely walked away from the situation, that's when you have to look at it like that, in my opinion, Luna. Yeah, and I'm not gonna say that either, that to not support guest mom. That's your right, your power. Absolutely. And then there is that too, if you look at it that way. I mean, it's a different situation in a way, but at the same time, it's kind of not. Well, I don't even know if it's that, Sammy. I think she's trying to understand why there's so much hatred that goes towards Guest Mob and why we support Charlie the way we do. And I respect that. I understand that. There's a lot of misunderstanding that people do, and there's a lot of reasons why people don't understand certain things. I get it. Person who throws their mother off their children. Oh, sorry. A person who throws their mother of their children on a coffee table continuously calls the cops on said mother, then labels her a pedo. It's disgusting as well. I mean, yeah, that can be said for that too. Do you mean Michael, Chris? Because you said Isaac. Okay, I got you there. And let's see, he said Bridget was 12. I think he meant Michael reached adulthood at 18. And what's your opinion on that, Luna? And then he also said, I think he fixed it. Michael delivered until he got with the one who took his virginity and gave the schmuck 4 kids. Right. Okay. After Larry left Guest Mob, I tried to be cool with him, but just didn't work out. He doesn't like me, and I don't like him because he has a shitty attitude towards me, and I was sick of it. Okay. And Luna says, "How would you get away with a lie by admitting to his women? How would you get away with a lie by admitting to his story of the events? I was molested as a child by my father, and he admitted to it to make his lie believable." I'm sorry, I'm misunderstanding. Let me see this one more time. As a child by my father, and he admitted it to make his lie believable. It, but I have to live with my truth. I understand. I'm sorry that that happened to you. That's horrible. I really am sorry, especially in that situation. That's just, you know, those situations are the worst because these are the people that you trust the most in your life, and for them to do that, it's horrifying. I'm so sorry that that happened to you. I really am. Larry started his own thing, as far as I know. Tyler. Larry took what I said and twisted it to fit his narrative. And Chris says, "That's nice. I'm glad you've come to terms with your own abuse. You should tell Guest Mob your story as well and see if they will listen to it as much as we did here in Dago's chat." Well, I mean, I can't say that they haven't listened to that kind of stuff over there, Chris. You know, they do, and they have compassion for stuff like that. I will say that much. I've seen it. As far as the way they handle things, you know, that's where I look at it differently. I don't know if it's really what she's saying, Sammy. Honestly, Luna is you're not making sense. Just say as long as it's not Isaac, you don't care. And see, that's the thing though, Sammy, is people will say that to us too, that we would say the same thing about Charlie. You know what I mean? And that's not really true. He did it to me, Brandy. Just don't step on Isaac's toes while you're over there backing Michael's own perversions and Isaac's abuse because they will use your abuse against you. And that has happened, Luna. I know you've seen that. Absolutely, Brady. That's like I said, it's horrifying. I, whether Luna's guest mob or not, I don't care. If that were to come out of Isaac's mouth, if that happened to him, I would feel absolutely horrible for him because nobody deserves that. Nobody should ever have to go through that. Nobody. No, no, no. And that's don't get that wrong, Luna. Nobody forgets about what Charlie did. That's not been forgotten. He himself has not allowed us to forget about that, okay? Because he told us the story. He voluntarily sat in a stream and told us, and he's done it twice, I think, guys. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong. But he's told us that story personally himself multiple times, and he's also told us how he felt about it. So it's not forgetting about it. Nobody's ever going to forget that. That'll never happen. You guys know that. Nobody will allow that. And knowing the fact that we know it ourselves won't allow us to forget it. And it's not okay either. Okay, but it happened a long time ago, and it was a different situation than what it would be as if he were an adult with another adult or with a child as an adult. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it right by saying that. So I'm just explaining the differences in a situation. Let's not get heated, guys. There's no reason because she's not being rude or disrespectful. I mean, if you disagree with her, I get it. I respect that, and that's what it's all about. We're allowed to do that. She's allowed to disagree with us too, but there's no reason we don't need to get all hot on each other. That's all. That is true too, Chris. Where do you see that at, Brandy? Oh, Larry. Maybe you guys can talk it out, Star. If that's the real Larry, if he's in here and he wants to take the time, you guys can talk it out. If you both want to, obviously, you can take the time to do it in here. If you guys want to do it on panel with each other, you're more than welcome to both come up. It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do. I don't want anybody getting upset or going back and forth at each other. That's all. No reason for that. We're all adults here. And Larry's been in here before, guys. This ain't his first time. I was just, not and don't get yourself upset, Star. It's not worth that either. But like I said, if you guys want to talk it out in chat, please do. If you don't want to, if you guys want to use the panel for it, please do. You're welcome to either way. I tend to agree with that one too, Chris. I have to say. Exactly. I have yet to hear Mike, Isaac, any of them say that they've done anything wrong ever. I mean, and that's a big deal to me because Charlie admits everything he's done wrong, guys. Right or wrong, he owns it. According to those two, there hasn't been anything that they've done wrong that I've ever heard. Again, I understand Luna and appreciate and respect that. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and like I said, I appreciate the way that you did it in here rather than coming in and blasting everybody or anybody. So, and that right there is it right there, Luna. No one is saying Charlie hasn't done bad shit, but he's admitted his faults, and those two haven't and never will. And again, he has admitted his faults and he's tried to correct it. That scenario, Luna, you cannot change nor fix. All you can do is go forward and obviously not do something like that again. So therefore, that's how you change that. You know what I mean? No, you. It's fine, Star. You guys have your wrenches for a reason. That was between you guys. I'm letting you guys hash that out. If you choose not to, then don't do it. That's why you have the wrench. So I agree on that one too, Chris. I do. It's just I have personally never heard either one of them say they've done something wrong or apologize for something that they've done wrong, whether unless it's a sarcastic, remark. And there's no way possible that they haven't done things wrong, even in their own eyes. You know, that's what part of them. That's the part of them that bothers me. I don't agree with that, Chris, but again, everybody has their own opinions, and that's true, Larry. He has told you the same thing at one point in time or another, in one way, shape, or form. So, absolutely, true, or true, or worse, guys. That's all right. I get it, Larry. I get it. Like I said, I wish you guys could work these things out and let these things and be able to put these things behind us because there's way worse things nowadays going on that just make it worse. You know what I'm saying? There have been quite a few. What's up, Rezzy? What's up? What's up? Good to see you, bro. And here comes the comic relief, guys. As always, Rezzy with his comedy. She's all right. She's never really been my cup of tea, but it is what it is. That's a fact too, Sammy, and that's another one, Luna. That's one of the other issues I had. There's been a lot, and again, Luna, making fun of or celebrating people dying is an issue that I had too. As much as she doesn't like me, when Albert's dad died, when Tina's dad died, they were celebrated over there, and it's wrong. When Rachel's dad passed away, it was celebrated and talked down about. I mean, it's just wrong. That situation, I understand. There were other things that went on with Steve and so on and so forth. I'm not going to get into that, but these are the things that I've always disagreed with. Going back to your initial question that you would ask me, Luna. Where's that at? There it is. I have no clue to what Larry is talking about. I never said that all my uncles are done, but two, and they passed on years ago before I was in Guest Mob. Okay. Yeah, I remember that too, Sammy. That's again, I was supporting Tina still at that time, and then there's Rezzy. Yeah, like I said, she's never been my cup of tea. Nothing against her, she's a pretty girl. I just never, not my thing. Okay, so that wasn't even the same Brandy. So okay, and then he said he's sorry. Uh, he thought you were someone else, Brandy. And me too, Sammy. I really did. It was kind of a mess. I felt really bad about that. Yeah, he is pretty ripped. I'll say that much. What is this here? He did say that, and he was also under the influence of multiple things when he said that. So that, and he regrets it too, again, and apologized, to whoever he could apologize for. These are just one of the things that goes in that bucket. Brandy says it's okay, Larry. That's what I don't understand, Tyler. That's why I got upset with her. It had nothing to do with what she was doing. I was happy for her that she was going to be able to go do those videos. I was happy for her that she was going to be able to have um, an income again of some sort to be able to move on with her life. And I just couldn't handle personally the fact that she had the people in there that have made her life miserable for years. It doesn't make sense to me still to this day. I can't grasp it. I can't understand it. And the whole time I was supporting her, I was against that, and I would say things against that, and this and that, and then it's like a slap in the face. The next day, these people are in there and they're all buddy buddy, ha ha, laughing around. That's what made me upset with that situation. It doesn't matter, but that's what it was. It's true, Sammy. Okay, Rizzy, if that works for you, bro. I think they meant Charlie. Uh, Tyler, I figured that out. Right, and that's how I took it too, Sammy. He was angry and he was hurt, and that's what and he was, drunk, and that's why it came out like that. I don't understand that one either because not too long after, me and Penny got booted from there, he was saying things about her and this and that and made multiple comments and now he's a moderator. I don't understand these people anymore. I don't. It blows my mind. I mean, I get the flip flopping thing. I've seen people do it. I just don't understand this kind of shit. When somebody says something that's that hurtful to you, then you turn around and make them a moderator in your channel. Like what? I don't get it. Right. That's what we had said, Star. He was completely under the influence of. I think he was on multiple things. Truthfully, that's who they're talking about, Rezzy. That's pretty much it right there, Tyler. Yep. That's what I kind of was saying too. Who you talking about, Mister Understood or Mister Misunderstood? I'm sorry. That is true too, Rezzy. Um, no. Instant swimmer. That's the thing though, is he's taken accountability for all the things he's done. Granted, that's the excuse all the time is because he was drunk or he was this or he was that. I get that, but he's also taken accountability for all those things. Now, here's the thing: you're right in a way. Okay, if he would not have taken any accountability, owned any of that stuff, admitted to any of it, that's a different story. Then it would not be okay at all. You know, then he's just none of it. Then none of it would be worth it. Is what I'm saying. So, but he has taken accountability, 100%. He's owned up to everything, guys. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I agreed with you, Star. Tina was good when she was with AGP. I absolutely thought it was hilarious. I know that, Rezzy. I saw it. And that's so be it. If that's what she's got to do. Listen, guys, if that's what she's got to do to get through her day, Tina's been through a lot of bullshit. I'm not sticking up for her, but she has gone through some shit. She's had some she's probably got PTSD from the bullshit she's gone through. Honest to God, I know I would. So if that's what she's got to do, if that makes her happy, so be it. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. Right, that's what I was just saying, Star. He did apologize and took full accountability for it multiple times. That's what I'm saying. If there's no zero accountability, he's taken full accountability for it, 100%. Exactly it. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel too, Sammy. That's true too. I don't ever. That's the thing right there that blows my mind. I don't ever talk about her. If I do, it's in a conversation that involves somebody else because of something that was in the past or just a reference. I don't sit and talk down about her. I don't sit and talk bad about her ever. I never have. I never will. But she just continuously goes on about my teeth. She goes on about my kid. This, that, and everything else. For what reason? She just doesn't like me. And that's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's all right. I'll be okay. But there's really no reason to fucking constantly. Tina has made comments multiple times, and I believed her for years, okay? That she's not going to say something just to fit in with people. She's not going to tell lies just to fit in with people. She's not going to make comments just to fit in with people. But right now, that's really what she's kind of doing with me because I'm not talking about her. I'm not referencing her other than right now, obviously, because that's what I'm talking about. But I'm not being derogatory towards her. I'm not talking down to her or about her, nor have I ever. But she's doing it to me for whatever, God knows, whatever reason. But to me, it seems like because everybody else is. So there it is. Again, this is my opinion. Give me a moment, guys. It's time to go potty. Too much tea. I'll be right back. And that I did strike first. Moving on to Coke Zero now. I've had enough tea for the day. Damn, I've been pissing a lot all day long. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't fall in. You see how long that was. So don't even try to take it to the other narrative, bro. Now I get it, instant swimmer, but everything he owned up to was someone else's fault. But his accountability comes with I have it. It's always someone. Well, now wait a minute though. I mean, and I'm not disagreeing with you 100%. And absolutely, you're more than welcome to post your thoughts. He never blamed anybody, if I remember right. And guys, if I'm wrong, tell me right now, okay? But the things that he's taken accountability for, he's never blamed on anybody else, unless I missed it somewhere. The whole scenario with that Luna was talking about with his sisters, he told that story and took full blame and accountability for that. He never put that on anybody else. Um, him drinking, or the comment that he made about AGP's grave, him drinking was, I mean, that was the blame part of it, I guess you could say, but it would never went on anybody else. That was all him. He took full accountability for that. The what he said about Isaac's wife and kids, he took full accountability for that. Never blamed on anybody else. So I don't understand where you're going with that, because there isn't anything that he's put on anybody else. He's taken 100% accountability, honestly. Now, if you're saying that he blamed it on the alcohol, that, I mean, truthfully, that's the reason why he went there. And let's be honest, though, guys. Seriously, somebody else again. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. What's up, Oxy? Um, that video. And I'm not saying that this is the reason why he did it, but it didn't help. Okay. The video that he posted where he was going off on, he was obviously on whatever he was on, he said, and he was going off on Isaac and he made all them comments and so on and so forth. I know you guys as well as me heard somebody in the background egging him on, right or wrong. I'm not saying that that makes it right and that that's the reason for it. Before anybody says that, then I'm not saying that that excuses it either, nor does it. Charlie makes his own decisions. But that night, whatever he was on made his decisions for him, and he also had somebody in the background egging him on in the condition he was in. Doesn't help that. You see what I'm saying? Again, it's not an excuse for it. It's not a reason to do it. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay. Jesus, Rezzy. Okay. Wow. Dude, you should do stand up, I'm telling you. Instant swimmer, he never blamed nothing on nobody but himself. Took full accountability. Like what I just said, yeah. Way more, multiple times for the same thing. Multiple apologies for the same scenario. And continues to do that. Every time it gets brought up, he apologizes again. And never has ever one time have I heard him put it on somebody else. He said, in not so many words, yeah, I did it. It was wrong. I'm ashamed of myself for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's taking full accountability as far as I'm concerned, guys. Am I wrong? I mean, honestly, I'll bet you will, Rezzy. I'll bet you will. Funny shit, dude. Funny. Okay. And Belinda says, I heard the woman in the background. Who was the woman in the background, guys? And I'm not saying this to put her down by any means. I'm just saying she was involved in the situation too. And at that point in time claimed to be a friend to Charlie. And a friend does not allow that to happen, guys. If I was my friend, if my friend, if I was friends with Charlie and he was at my house, quote unquote, and he's going and doing, I'm gonna be like, dude, like, what are you doing? Fucking chill and shut the shit down or distract him in another way. Take him to something, another direction. Do something to get him to fuck away from it because I know, just as that person had to have known too, what the repercussions from that are going to be. And it's going to cause more drama, more bullshit, etc., etc. Okay? So, as a friend is not going to go, damn, ooh. And you could see that he was getting more riled up every time she would do that, and more shit was coming out of his mouth. That didn't help. That hurt. It hindered the situation. It didn't help it. So, you can't call yourself a friend to somebody if you're doing that. Because in the morning, when it's all said and done, and you come down off everything, you're like, what the fuck did I do last night? What the shit? And then there's that. And I'm sure he regretted it immediately. Not out of fear, out of the fact that he didn't, that's not the person he wanted to be, but whatever the fuck he was on made him that person. And that happens. Everybody and anybody that's ever done any kind of drugs knows that that happens. So there's that. But again, he didn't blame that on anybody else but himself, that situation. Said he felt like shit about it. Said he felt like an ass about it. Apologized for that umpteen million times. And took full 100% accountability and responsibility for it. So there's no blaming of anybody on that one. I mean, honestly, he's here, Rezzy, or he was here. He's up there somewhere. Where are you at, Ty? Say something in the chat. You probably don't want to talk about it. I don't blame him on that one. There he is. I appreciate you guys doing this tonight. This is a good stream, and I like this going the way that it's going. Without anybody blowing up or freaking out or this and that. This is the way that things should go, guys. This is the way we should talk about stuff like this, and we should do this because it enlightens people a little bit, and we can see. I have no issues listening to Luna or anybody else from that side if they want to talk to me that way and ask me questions like that. I'm all about talking that way about it. I don't like the screaming matches though. I don't like, talking people down into the ground and dragging them through the mud. That's not the way I like to do shit. So yeah, Rezi, he changed his name. Um, so yeah, I appreciate you guys doing this like this. Both sides, whoever's been in here, Larry, Luna, everybody. I appreciate you being respectful when you come in here. That's the way I like to do things. So what was the ending score on that game, by the way? Not to bring up nothing bad. I'm just curious. I heard Phoenix like wiped the floor with them, but I didn't know. That's not too bad. I mean, it's still an ass whooping, but it's not horrifying. I mean, it could have been worse. Did Phoenix lead the game the whole time, or was it just an ending? Okay, there we go. It was close at the half, then we died in the third. Okay, there's my answer right there. Yeah, that's a pretty rough score. I mean, so be it. There's always next year, right? I have to. I'm a Browns fan, so I get used to saying that. Was there any other? Are you still in here, Luna? And if you are, did you have any other questions or any other opinions you wanted to post or talk about? Like I said, I welcome it all, guys. As long as you're being respectful, I don't care. And like I said, anybody's welcome to get on the panel that wants to have these conversations as well. We don't have to do it just in chat. So damn, 53-0 when leading with it. Jesus, that's horrible. Well, that's the best. That's the best. That's true. Series isn't over yet, but that's the best way to do it, Star. I mean, as adults, that's 100% the best way to do it. It keeps the bullshit down. Hockey. Damn, I haven't watched hockey in a long, long time. Yeah, it is. My son's interested in playing golf now for the school, so we'll see what happens with that one. That's a new one for me. None of my kids ever wanted to play golf, so I guess I'll be going to golf outings now. He's played everything. Though. He's played football, baseball, soccer. Uh, he played basketball too for a junior league. So he wants to try golf. He wasn't a huge fan of football. He loved baseball. He's really good at baseball too. And he did pretty good in basketball. The golf thing's all new, so we'll see. No worries, Star. Anytime and whenever you're ready. Always. You know that. Like I said, I've always kept it open for anybody that wants to speak their their feelings or their whatever they want to talk about up there. As long as you're respectful to the other person that you're talking to or about, I don't agree with the screaming, yelling, talking over each other. You just let each other talk. Try to if there's an issue, talk it out. Whatever. That's what it's for. So just let me know when you want to start, and it's your platform's yours. Same with you, Brandy. You know you're welcome up there anytime, hon. The first and last time I played golf, I legit swung and the club went up in the. Yeah, it's something you got to learn, I guess. It's not for everybody though. I mean, there were Texas teams in sports except NFL and MLB. Cardinals are my baseball team because the family from Missouri. Packers are my NFL team. Their first football game. I got you. Yeah, I'm a Browns fan. I like the Packers too, though, because when Cleveland, I don't know, some of you guys might be too young. Some of you guys might know this, but um, uh, when Cleveland left for a while, and their owner sold them to Baltimore. Okay, and so I had no team to follow, and so I followed the Packers for a few years because they were pretty much the closest thing to the Browns I could find. So I like the Packers too. I used to follow the Cavs and the Cleveland Indians or the Cleveland Guardians now a lot. I don't really get into uh, baseball or basketball anymore because both teams piss me off. So I just kind of stick to my football and I'm good. Gotcha, Ty. Yep, I guess I would say that too, Brandy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I guess I would say the same thing. I don't blame you on that one, hon. God, my allergies are killing me tonight. I hate this time of year. Sorry, guys. Texas Longhorn. I got hit in the chin with a soccer ball when I was a kid, and that pretty much turned me off. I getcha. My sister was like that too. She played softball. She was really good for years. Or that she got blasted in her face one time. One time is all it took, and she was out forever. That was it. She won't even go. She doesn't even like to go watch baseball games now because of that. She must have got some kind of PTSD from it or something. Gotcha. I coached softball for my daughters, and then I coached adult baseball and softball for years. I coached little league football for years. There you go. I used to watch the volleyball games because I dated a girl in high school that was on the volleyball team. That shit ain't that easy. Everybody thinks it's like a beach game. It's so easy. You can play in your backyard. It ain't as easy as you think it. I've seen some people get fucked up playing volleyball. Like seriously fucked up. What do you two think about the draft? Did you guys watch the draft? I played football in high school and baseball, and then I kind of floated into skateboarding. I did that for a long time, and those are pretty much my sports. And then my other kids, my adult kids, my oldest daughter was a softball player for years, and I mean years. Um, my second, well, my younger daughter, she's a year younger than my oldest, but she played soccer for a couple years, and then she was done with sports. She was on the robotics team for 4 years through high school. The twins, they both played soccer and foot, or I'm sorry, one of them played soccer, but they both played football up till they hit high school, and then they joined the robotics team as well. My oldest son played football for years, little league all the way up. He was a quarterback till his sophomore year, and then he went to a trade school and didn't have time for football anymore, and so he quit that, and then he went to the military. And then my other son, he played football for 1 year, and then ended up getting interested in the training program that goes with the football team, and wanted to be a trainer instead of a player. So he ended up doing that. Um, that's about it. Um, my oldest son played baseball for 2 years too in high school, and then he played little league as well. Both my boys played. Uh, those other two boys played baseball too for little league baseball for years when I coached that. Yeah, I was into the art and music too. Star big time into art. And of course, music. I've been a drummer since I was 10 years old, and then I taught myself how to play a little guitar, a little piano. I played in a few bands. I was in a dance group for a while. Took singing lessons, all sorts of shit. So I did a lot when I was a kid. My mother always wanted me involved in a lot of different things. So I think it was to try to keep me out of trouble, which didn't really work because I found trouble anyway. Yeah, I did see that. I didn't even know. I think it was Pookie told me when I was watching the draft and he was watching the draft. We were talking back and forth a little bit about it that Cleveland picked up. We traded off our draft pick um, to replace uh, Beckham as a receiver with shit. I just had his name on the tip of my tongue. Um, what the hell? Somebody help me here. One of you two help me. Who the hell is the receiver we picked up? We traded him for the draft pick. Come on, come on. Yeah, no, 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 no. It wasn't for Watson, which we got him too, but we ain't gonna see him for 6 games because he's a dumbass. No, he's the quarterback. It was for the receiver that we picked up that played. Well, what the fuck is his name? Ari, no, 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 no. I can't think right now, guys. Come on, help me, help me. I've always loved the Beatles. Star, always one of the best, one of the most talented, greatest music groups ever around. I think they opened doors for multiple. That's it, Amari Cooper. Thank you. Yes, I didn't even know we got him until Pookie told me that day. I was like, "Fuck, really?" I mean, I think we're gonna be set this year if we can get our our offensive line is still kind of screwed in my opinion. No, they didn't draft him. They traded him for a draft pick. Resi Amari Cooper. They traded. Uh, Dallas traded him to uh, Cleveland for our first draft pick, which I'm all about that. No, he was right. Strike the Cowgirls. I can't stand Dallas. I'm sorry. I never have liked them. That's what we've always called them around here too, is the cowgirls. We say that the cheerleaders play football and the players are the cheerleaders. I kind of agree, Resi, but I think they abused. Um, yeah, yeah. No, I don't. I don't agree. I agree, Resi. He wasn't worth the contract. I can't either. Being in Texas, that's all that's here, right? Night, everyone. I got to get up early, pretty much, or pretty early tomorrow. Kids go. Oh yeah, yeah. No problem, Bernie. Thanks for being in here tonight, hon. I might see you in the morning. Have a great night. Appreciate you, and see you in the morning. Sorry, Strike. If you're a Dallas fan, I apologize. Um, no, I think I'm kind of pissed off with what happened with Mayfield personally. Um, we should have had who? Who are you talking about, Ty? You play Dallas or the Browns? Well, according to what I heard, Mayfield's leaving. He doesn't want to be there anymore. But here's the thing, though. He got the shit beat out of him. I mean, seriously. By the end of the season, he had a bad shoulder, bad ankle, bad wrist, a bad hip, everything. But we didn't have. He didn't have any defense. Like he had no coverage, guys, and that ruined him. I think. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we did play you guys at Christmas. So you're playing Dallas. I've never liked Dallas. I can't help it. It's like against the law in my family to like Dallas. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mayfield got cocky. He did definitely turn into a dick. I mean, he has the right to be cocky. He's good at what he does, but I just think that they ruined him by not giving him the support that he needed on the offense line, on the offensive line, because he got the shit beat out of him. I'm sorry, and he's tough, obviously, because he played through the whole fucking season. They How many times did you guys see second or third string come in for him? Like almost never. I know at 1 second or one side of that, he never wanted anybody to come in for him, but still, he's the player. They're the coaches. They make the rules, not him. They should have enforced it. Yet again, another great quarterback from Cleveland destroyed. A lot of people have said that. Tyler, I always liked him. I think he's the best thing that ever happened to Cleveland, in my opinion. But then again, there's my age since Bernie Kosar. That's true too, Rezzy. Sorry, I don't mean to bore everybody else in here talking about football, but when you get me talking about it, it's hard to get away from it. Does anybody else have any comments or questions or anything about the other scenario we were talking about? Tim Couch, he was okay, Rezzy. I mean, he was one of the better quarterbacks out of the 35 that we've had, but it is what it is. Can't stand the Browns. I get it, Strike. A lot of people can't. That's how I feel about the Steelers and the Ravens, and I dislike Dallas. I don't hate Dallas, but I dislike them a lot. Hmm. That is true too, Tyler. Absolutely true. I just think the Browns have had so much shit luck for so many years that it's about time and now that we're doing something, of course, now we get to fuck with the quarterback again. Colt McCoy. He was overrated. He was overrated. Johnny Manziel was overrated. Garcia was overrated. I mean, they're all overrated. I couldn't stand McCoy or Manziel. Sorry, I liked McCoy more than I liked uh, Manziel, I absolutely hated Manziel. I did not want him on our team whatsoever. Um, I think we picked up. There was a room. I don't even remember if it was ever true, but we picked up that kid from Dallas. He used to do all those trick shots where he could stand inside a gym and throw a football out a window and it would land in a garbage can. Who the hell was that guy? But he had no speed, no movement, no nothing. But he could throw a ball and was the most accurate quarterback like in history. They said he played for Dallas, and I can't remember his name. And Cleveland was supposed to pick him up, but he was kind of a joke. Like he was never really that good, other than his accuracy. He didn't have the speed. He didn't have anything else. So Manziel was highly overrated. He was a cocky, arrogant piece of shit, and I'm sorry. Yep. Well, that's because Alabama's the shit, guys. You can't do no better than that. Roll Tide. That's my team right there. And then we ended up with him, so it is what it is. Fig Newton. Yep, I remember that shit. Fig Newton. That was AGP's boy. Oh, that's great. I love that, Belinda. Love it. Good old AGP. Damn, I miss him. I'd do anything to watch new stuff. I still watch a lot of. You have no idea how many times you'll catch me watching his old videos. It's over and over again. I can never get enough of it. I really can't. And I like the way that like Mike has set it up and turned them into like movies. Like Creekside and all that kind of shit. I can sit and watch that shit all day. I just didn't like his attitude, his personality, his cockiness. I just didn't like him. Period. I didn't care where he came from. I just didn't like him. He was a piece of shit and a waste. Huge waste. Yes, that was hilarious. That was one of the best ones, dude. That one, the candied onion, I love that one. Uh, I loved all of his cooking shit. Everything he would. I mean, we've even made some of his recipes, and they've turned out pretty good. Um, the let's see, trying to think of one of my favorite videos that they did when he broke the TV because the Panthers lost in the suit. Yeah, that was good. Um, you guys remember the video when Casey Anthony got off for what she had done? I thought he was going to blow a gasket. That video was crazy. A lot of people didn't star. It was all about AGP. I was never a fan of Bridget ever, no matter what. I just couldn't bring myself. My wife liked her, but I just could never bring myself to like her. That was good too when his TV was voice acted. Yes, that was fucking hilarious. And don't get me wrong, Mike obviously has some talent to be able to come up with that stuff, but I couldn't do it. Sweet potato pie, and he burned his hand. Yeah, yes. And what the hell was the video or the one when he tried to make Mike? He was him and Bridget were pranking Mike into believing that he had Ebola and all that. That was fucking hilarious. Mike's reaction to some of this shit was just classic. You know what I mean? There's too many of them. Star. It's just, you can't name one specific, but there's a few that are just greats. The voice activated TV was great. The one when again, I think it was Bridget. Yeah, it was Bridget and AGP pranking Mike when they when Mike went to stay there. Mike was trying to prank him, but they turned around and pranked him instead, and he made Mike think that he killed Bridget and put her in a body bag. That was fucking hilarious too. I love it. Yep. Then he locked the keys in the van. That was a good one. The Max and Ruby one was absolutely hilarious. The Christmas trees, he'd destroy the Christmas trees. They'd put it back up. He'd tear it back down. Put it back up. Tear it back down. Uh, the one, I think it was the one video where he completely and totally destroyed his kitchen. I think it was in Creekside because Bridget took his pinwheels. He flipped his script bad, and I think that was back when he was. I think that was before things were scripted. He fucking destroyed that kitchen, the stove, the fridge, just ripping doors off shit. It was hilarious. How many fucking dining room or kitchen tables do you think that they had over there, guys? Fuck sweet tater pie. Fuck Thanksgiving. The Burger King, yes. 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 They're all great. That guy, I mean, that man has just he was so entertaining, guys. I miss him so damn much. And he gave off this, how can I say it? AGP gave off like a like a grandfather, to me at least, like a grandfather, um like a grandfather vibe to me, that when he passed away it really hit me kind of hard. I know it's not real, it's YouTube, it's crazy to say that, but it really did hit me kind of hard. It really fucked with me for a while because he gave off that grandfather vibe to me, at least, you know what I mean. His jumbos, yes, or the big orange belly wash, I love that shit. Hardy's all in milk. Yep, and his I just said that his big orange belly wash. Okay, yeah, it was Trailwick, not Creekside. You're right. He did that over the pinwheel too, though. I can't remember which park it was in, but I even made a comment to my wife, being that they lived in the trailer parks. I said, "Can you imagine if they would have figured out a way and they'd have done AGP for meets the trailer park boys? Can you guys imagine how that would have went? That would have been fucking phenomenal. I'm sorry, absolutely phenomenal." Belinda Taco Bell. Remember the Taco Bell when he had that one taco and it ended up somebody either was going to eat it or something, or it ended up on the floor. Mike threw it away, and he comes out looking for his fucking taco, and it was in the garbage, and they took it out of the fucking garbage and wrapped it up and gave it back to him. Only person ever. Yeah, I've never heard that before him either, but I loved it. It was great. But yeah, can you imagine if he would have done? Yeah, he was like a friend star. He really was. That's why I think he was about as real as they get. What you got was the real deal from him. Yes, he did hate Taco Bell for sure. But can you imagine if Angry Grandpa did the a thing with the Trailer Park Boys? If you guys have ever seen that, that'd be nuts. Was it Trailwood for the Pinwheel one too? Okay, Trailwood was the first park, right? And then Creekside was the last park he lived in before he moved into the house. Am I right or wrong? I get that. Uh, I get that screwed up sometimes. Cigarette butts, yeah, right. He had one hell of a legacy, guys. He really did. I did too. I had him friended at one point in time. Then I had to change up my Facebook, and I think it was too late by then. But he really did love his fans, that's for sure. The hot dog. Well, that was a whole separate thing, but I remember him doing the hot dog one. But there was one with the taco. It was a soft taco that was all fucked up and ended up in the garbage, and Mike pulled it out of the garbage and wrapped it back up and gave it to him. I remember the hot dog thing though. They used to freak out about all sorts of that shit. He liked his food. Anytime they fucked with his food, he would lose a grip. Yeah, that was all good shit. Really was. And he set the bar so high, guys, that nobody can touch it. I'm sorry, but like I said, Jesse Ridgway is a genius as far as YouTube goes, and he's got a lot of good shit, but he can't touch AGP. Um, Waffle Pone doesn't touch AGP. Anybody I've ever seen on YouTube does not and cannot get to uh, AGP's level as far as entertainment goes. I'm sorry. Oh shit. What the fuck was that? The witch and all that shit, the demon thing, the gypsy. It was the gypsy thing. What the hell was it? Yeah, that the Wabish or some shit like that. I can't think of it right now. Waffle Pone. Yeah, that dude was fucking. He's still a mess. Yeah, in the beginning, Tyler, they were all real until Mike started scripting them because they were, running out of shit. But and even the scripted ones were still good. They were. It was just him. The way he reacted to things was just crazy. The hag Resi or hag the hag something. Yeah, it was the hag. The Walking Dead prank was fucking hilarious. The whole park was fucked up over that one. I think I miss him, guys. I really do miss him a lot. I really do. Poor man's lasagna. I've made the trailer park pizza. I tried to make the sticky turkey wings. I can't do it. I know I can't. Um, we've made the macaroni and cheese. My wife already made that, and it's almost the same as his. He adds a couple things she doesn't, and we because she's from Alabama and she can cook her ass off. But we tried taking her macaroni and cheese and adding some of the stuff he puts in it, and it actually did make it better. I mean that man could cook. That's for damn sure. The poor man's lasagna, or what did he call it? Um, he called shepherd's pie is what they called that, and it was a pasta dish. And me, shepherd's pie is like hamburger gravy with mashed potatoes and corn, and then you put cheese on top of it, and you bake it like a casserole. That's what we always called shepherd's pie. And when they were doing that episode, that's what I thought they were making, but it turned out that it's like a poor man's lasagna. Yeah, and he would sit right there. I mean, how many, even the things that he made, they had cigarette ashes in it and everything else. I'd have still ate it. I really would have. Tina at one point said that she ate some of that shit that he's made and said it was amazing. I mean, honestly, I can believe it would be. But it was all food because they didn't have a lot of money. He just throw this together, that together, and he had to feed all them kids. So that's where it all came from. I think they should come out with a cookbook for him. I really do. I must destroy all Frank. Yeah. What was that one? No, the other one too. When it was at the end of the world, and they had their phones were going. I think that was on Mike though. where they were getting all these weird ass messages over the phones and shit. That was kind of funny. They went all out for some of these pranks, though. I mean, they really did. Like I said, Tina was really good in a lot of those too. That one where I can't remember what the name of it was, but where he was in bed, sick, and she was screaming her brains out at him. That was hilarious. And the one that he did where he dressed up as Elvis and had Tina come over and he was like pretending to hit on her and this and that. That was fucking hilarious too. She was killing me in that one. And that's it too, Belinda. He was like everybody's dad or grandfather, and he will. He's gonna be everybody that ever watched him. He'll never be forgotten in that sense ever. That one looked good to me, Star, but I couldn't handle the French fried onions. Was that good? That's the understatement of the year, though, Belinda. It really is. Yes, that was hilarious too. You know what? And that poor old man. So much shit they did to him. I'm surprised they didn't give him a heart attack in some of these things. Like that one right there with Charlie, I really thought he was going to have a stroke. He was so flipped the fuck out, and I couldn't tell if that was scripted or if it was unscripted. I even liked. I'll have to say I liked the ones where Tina had moved in, was living with Jenny, and like they were trying to kill each other. Those were funny. The ones where Tina, and I mean Tina as in their mother, Tina, and then the one where after Tina, their mother had gone and lived with Kim, Tina D came back and she was over there with the kids and stuff like that. Those were funny. I mean, they were all great videos. That's why I used to say it really, really kind of pissed me off after AGP died and everybody went their own ways and everybody was fighting. I'm like, God bless America. I wish that they could just figure this shit out and get back together and just do it. It was really, really good entertainment. Yeah. Yes, that was the one I was talking about where she was screaming in his face, misunderstood. That one was great. It was. Mm-hmm. The hag one. The episode where they were going back and forth with both the cameras and Tina was helping it was Tina and her dad and somebody else and the boys were moving AGP into his new house and he was flipping the fuck out because Mike sent him to look for a wrestling figure. He was so pissed off. That one was great. When Mike got him the car, that was kind of an emotional one, but it was an awesome one. When Mike bought him the house, that was emotional, but it was great. When AGP got pissed off and because Mike said that it was his house and he camped out in the fucking backyard for however long he said he did, those were awesome. They were all there was not one that I can think of that was not good. That's the problem. All of them, the ones that had Charlie in them, the ones that had Tina in them, they were all really, really good videos. Highly, highly entertaining. Even I think it was they had was it macaroni and cheese where they all had the cook off thing. Tina had to make hers, and then some other people made something else, or was it? It was Alfredo. That's what it was. That was were good about cats. Yes, that was great. God, there were so many of them that were so good. There was the one with the remember the one with the um, Mike found that kid that was supposed to be AGP's long lost son. That was hilarious. Yeah, right. That's what I was just saying. And that's the other understatement of the year, Star. When he passed, the whole community died, and a little bit of everybody died. I think, honest to God, I really do. And I never realized how important AGP was to me until he was gone. Do you know what I mean? And I don't even know why. He got me through some rough times. You know, he kept my spirits up as far as my depression. I could always turn that on and smile. It just he got me through so much shit. It was crazy. Yes, that one was great too. Strike first. Oh my God, yes, and she was. Yep, those were hilarious. There's every one of them, guys. I can't even. I can't. I can't think of one that was bad. That's why. That's why it blows my mind because I was excited, actually, that Tina was going back to doing these videos. That was going to be able to go back to do these videos. It was exciting. Like no shit, we're going to get some of the content back that we have been missing out on for years, and nothing's happened yet. So, yeah, as much as she doesn't like me or I just like her now, I would still watch those videos, guys, if she's in it because it was so fucking entertaining. Seriously. And I'll say it now. I'd still like to see her. I'd like to see them do something and get her going with that again. Yeah, any of the Elvis ones were great. It really did. It really does, Star. It teaches you. It taught a lot of us how to not give up on anything because they came from they were poor. They had so many fucking things that they were struggling with, and they still made it through, and they still did their thing, and they still made it happen. The retirement home thing was crazy. You guys remember way back when he had rented he had rented the washer from I can't like Rent a Center or something, and then the guy showed up to try and take the washer. That one was great. They were all amazing videos, and like I said, I got to give it to Mike. As much as I disagree with the way he is and things like that, I got to give it to Mike. He's got a talent for it, and it's just you know, it's a different scenario with AGP not involved in it anymore. Yeah, painkiller. I've heard it. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing I can say about it. I haven't said anything about her, and I won't. But I mean, if that's what gets her through her days, having to do that, then so be it. Yeah, I know. I agree, Tyler. That one was a little bit sad because I think he really thought that, and that wasn't him. What are you gonna do? It really did, though. It really helped me get through some tough times in my life, um, and it lifted my spirits a lot. It really did. So I think when I shut this down, I'm gonna go back and watch some more. I watched videos from him, and I've watched the same videos. I can say 8 to 10 times I've watched the same video. I'll just watch them, and they don't change to me. You watch the GTA thing and Mike when they had their apartment. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Um, he wouldn't leave Mike's house, and Mike was like, "Jesus, Dad, anytime now." But what was I saying? They don't get old. I can watch them over and over. You can watch like reruns of different TV shows and stuff like that, and eventually it just gets tiring. This stuff I can watch it over and over and over and then over again. It never gets old. Absolutely. And then he took the remote. Yeah, absolutely, Star. I do. you know, I have to say that I will always have that respect for Mike in that sense for doing that, because that's where the genius part of things comes into play. I don't think Mike knew what he was doing in the beginning. I don't think Mike knew what it was going to be in the beginning, and here we are now, and he did that. That's something to say about it. He really did do that. It's an amazing thing. It's just sad that it's no longer there. I really, really miss him a lot. I do, and I miss the whole community as what it was back then too. AGP Army, the youngins, all that stuff. It's not there anymore. I do too, Star, all the time. I watch the AGP movie 1 through 6, Creekside, all of them. I watch. I'm gonna, like I said, once I'm done with this tonight, I'm gonna watch a few more before I go to bed, and then I'll probably watch them throughout the whole day tomorrow. Now that's what I do. I go on these kicks where I do it. So yeah, like I said, I would, in that sense, really like to see Tina get back into it, because maybe it will bring back some of um, the old type of content and stuff, and the old entertainment that we used to get, if Mike would actually get her going in it. And I think maybe it would make her a happier person too, and she wouldn't be so upset with life and miserable all the time to the point where she's got to do what she does. And on top of that, it's going to give her some income to help take care of Albert and blah blah blah. All that stuff. Like I said, from day one, from me hearing that, I was excited about that, but I just didn't like the fact that she was letting them back into her life after what they had done to her. I guess it's not my place to have that feeling. But as a supporter at that time, it was like I said, kind of like a slap in the face. I mean, it doesn't matter now. It is what it is. But that was my issue with that back then. So whatever. I still wish her the best, regardless of what she says to me, and I still hope that everything works out for her. you know, no, there won't be, Star. There really won't be. And here's the thing, and I made this comment once before. The only other person I could ever see doing something like what AGP did is Charlie. Charlie has the same type of anger and the same explosive thing, but I don't think Charlie knows how to be like that, because it's a different level in that sense. But there'll never be another AGP. I tried watching some of that Angry Grandma, and she's funny too, but she's nothing like this. There's nothing like this on the internet. Nothing. The waffle cone stuff. There's another guy that I think Jesse just hooked up with, that um, tries to act really religious. Bill something I can't think of, and he's in that case too, and it's kind of funny. He screams and cusses and yells at people. He doesn't cuss, but he yells at people about God and stuff like that. I've watched a couple of those, but it's nothing like AGP. There's never, ever, ever, ever gonna be anything like AGP again, unfortunately. And even if somebody tried to pull it off, to kind of mimic it and do it, I don't think I could watch it, because it just would be, in a way, disrespectful to me. So there's that. But, so does anybody have any questions for me for tonight, or anything you want me to touch on with me, or anything like that before I shut everything down? We've been going for a few hours. This is a really, really good stream tonight, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I really respect everybody for this. Even the people that typically don't come in here, the way that they acted, I really do appreciate and respect the way you guys all were tonight. And I really feel it was a great stream tonight, guys. I really do. Exactly, Tyler. He'll never be able to be the same. But that's, like I said, he's the only one I think that could do it. No questions tonight, guys. No Q&A. Questions and asses. No questions and asses tonight. You're still in here, huh, Jan May? I thought you took off, bro, but good. Glad to see you hung out. Or if you came back, thank you. Oh, absolutely, Star. That's why I said that, because you can see it some in some ways, you know. This one was better than normal, though, Star. I think this one was really. I think we accomplished something tonight in a way, and it was just. It was what's the word I'm looking for? It was kind of positive in a way, and I enjoyed it. I did. I always enjoy talking about AGP. That'll never get old for me. I always enjoy when everybody can get along and they can have respect for each other and questions and answers and stuff like that. Everybody was involved. I had a good amount of people in here for quite a while. So, I mean, it was a great stream, and I really appreciate that, guys. And I thank you. And here we go at the end of it, of course. Yeah, that's anybody that would even think to say something like that is so disgusting. But here we go at the end, of course. But anyway, that being said, if nobody has anything else for me or any questions or anything, I think I'm going to bring it down for the night, guys, and leave it here until tomorrow morning. And I'm probably going to do another stream tomorrow night. And absolutely, Star. I appreciate that. I hope that you guys can work through even more of that, honestly. Um, and of course, again, you guys have earned it. You know, you guys are here with me every time I'm live, and you just I appreciate you guys. So there's my showing of appreciation for you guys. Heather, good night. You have a great one. I'll see you probably in the morning. Thanks for being here. Star, of course. Tyler, absolutely, my brother. I appreciate you. Let's see. We're Brandy, absolutely. Rezzy, uh, gotta love Rezzy. He's our comic relief. Thank you for your comment, Painkiller. Um, let's see who else we got in here. Belinda and Pam, of course. Mr. Misunderstood. Strike first, my brother, as always. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody, but I always miss somebody, I think. Resi. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Trying not to, at least. There's a lot of people in here tonight. Tyler. I think I've named all the basic regular people. Did I miss somebody? No. Oh, Instant Swimmer. I appreciate you. Luna, thank you for stopping in and thank you for your conversation, your opinions. Jack Wilson. Mr. Misunderstood. I think I said that. Instant Swimmer again. Larry H. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate your combo and for working that out with Star and Brandy. Chris Drysdale, we appreciate you, sir. Thanks for popping in. Sammy S., of course, as always. I think that pretty much covers everybody. And if there is anybody I forgot, I didn't mean to. Kyle Brown, thank you, sir, for popping in for a little while. College Kid, as always. And like I said, anybody I may have missed, I don't mean it. It was a great stream, guys. I really, really enjoyed myself tonight. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, every one of you guys, for being here with me all the time. You guys have yourselves an absolute amazing evening. Some of you guys I will see in the morning. The rest of you I may see tomorrow night. But again, I love you guys to death and I appreciate every bit of you guys. So again, have a great night. I'll see you all soon. Bye now.